Here we go. And welcome to Whiskey Buds. My name is Kurt.
I'm Billy.
And we are taking Billy. We're taking Billy on a journey through 100 whiskeys. So please join us if you would like to see him make faces and talk about whiskey like he knows something, or actually listen to me as I talk about whiskey like I know something.
He's the expert.
That's not an expert at anything. Yeah. And you are my guinea pig.
Yep.
That's the dynamic of the show.
My cup's not even clean.
No, well, rinse it out, damn it.
Under the table though, so nobody knows what we're doing.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You're in the middle of the screen. Step off screen, damn. There you go. That's better. Yeah.
Continue on about our professional operation we got going.
It is, dude. It's as good as you can get. All right. We're whiskey drinkers. We don't mind things like this is a very lackadaisical business.
Today we have an exciting episode.
Yeah.
We're bringing you some
Wyoming whiskey.
Huh?
Yeah.
They spelled it wrong.
Really?
Wow. What is it? Outrider?
Yeah.
100 proof.
Yeah.
Made in Kirby.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay. There's got a funny, interesting story to this
It's
one.
dark.
It's why they call it Outrider. It's spelled, with rye as in rye whiskey.
Or Wyoming.
Nope. I'm the one who has the stories.
All right.
All right.
The show where I get shut down every time.
All right. So,
It's got bubbles.
I don't know.
Your pours usually don't have bubbles.
I was getting flustered. What can I say?
Well, that's like something to know.
Well, drink that one here. Let me pour a new one.
Us being whiskey experts should notice things like that.
Okay. Well, then drink it down, and I'll get you one without
Unless
bubbles.
it's a soapy glass. Which we know it isn't, because I just cleaned it out.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead with your story.
The makers of Wyoming whiskey were trying to recreate one of your favorite whiskeys, Maker's Mark.
Uh-huh.
And so they got, after he retired from Maker's Mark, the head distiller from Maker's Mark. They were trying to recreate a whiskey in that vein, right? Like a whiskey similar to it. So they actually hired the guy from Maker's Mark, one of their head distillers, to come in and help them run these runs. And the way the story was told that I heard was that he didn't want to make a rye whiskey, but ryes were being popular at the time. And they still are pretty popular right now. So they're like, we need to make a rye whiskey. And he's like, I don't want to make a rye whiskey. Yeah, that's cool, but we need to make a rye whiskey, like for marketing, right? Like, and we need a rye. He's like, I don't want to make a rye whiskey. I make bourbons. That's what I make. And the guy's like, all right, you're making a rye whiskey, damn it. Like, I gotta, I'm your boss. Make a rye whiskey. All right, but I don't like it, right? So they make a rye whiskey. And after that, they're aging the rye whiskey that he made. And during that period of time of several years, right, he retires again because they now have their, all the recipes, whatever, their mash bills, things like that. He has done his job. It's on to them to carry it on. He goes back to Kentucky, wherever it is that he was living.
Anyways, the Wyoming winters, huh?
Yeah. He goes back home, and they go to pull out their rye whiskey. And when they have it tested, or they go through whatever it is that they're going through to find out, they find out that it's only 49% rye. It has to be minimum 51% rye to be called a rye whiskey. Like, that's the legal definition. So now it can't be a rye whiskey.
Sorry.
So he calls him up, says, what the hell? I told you I didn't want to make a rye whiskey. So his little last defiance thing. But when they tried it, they said, hey, this is actually pretty damn good. So this is more like a 49% rye and like 51% corn, something like that.
So they put the Y in there to
kind of say it's a high rye whiskey. Yes, but it's not rye whiskey. Yep. So, yeah.
All right.
I've never had this. Larry was asking about this the other day because he heard it was good. So
it smells pretty flavorful.
It does. You're getting what, almost like a sour note, right? From like the rye.
Time to get
serious.
Stop. I was there, and then you started laughing. All right. Oh boy.
I can't do it. All right, what do you think? Yeah, there's something like...
I don't know, I'm taking big old whiffs, and I don't know what's going on.
You don't know? All right, well. Does it smell good?
Yeah.
All right. It smells good. I think it smells good. I think there is a little bit of a sour note, something in there.
I'm smelling more sweet than sour,
Are you?
I think. But it doesn't really, it's not like... We can't. Let's taste it.
All right. Definitely sweet. Well, sweet on there. I get that spice.
Not sweet at the beginning, is it?
Nah, maybe not right at the very beginning. I don't know. When I swallowed, I had a very lingering sweetness and then a little spice on the back of my throat.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of harsh at first.
Is it?
It's like that rye, right?
Yeah.
It's like the rye harshness, and then it... After a few seconds, then the sweetness starts coming out, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 1 second.
Yeah.
It's not that... Just not at first, it's not there, but then it...
Yeah, right.
Maybe
immediately,
yeah.
It's that little bit of a spice on it, and then it just kind of glows away. I'm getting kind of that spice at the end for the finish, too, though. Kind of like it's like a peppery spice.
It's got alcohol in it.
Does it?
But it's covered pretty well.
It really is. Like, I can taste just a little bit of alcohol, but there's not really, for being 100 proof.
Yeah. Yeah, half of it's alcohol.
Yeah.
You can't taste that?
No, we got to go back a couple of weeks and, should I pour you that Booker's again? Need an A-B comparison?
Booker's. Was that good or bad? That was good, right?
Yeah.
I remember the oil stuff.
That's the one you're like, yep, that's it. The brimstone. Like this. It's just
motor Fire and Ice.
Which one?
Fire and Ice.
Fire and Cane, yeah.
Fire and Cane. The 1920.
Yep. That's because that's the ones you liked. Yeah, but what about the last one that just aired 2 weeks ago?
Which was what?
The Ardbeg.
Oh, jeez.
That memory came flooding back.
Yeah, that was good.
It was good.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. You knew you were drinking it.
Smell somebody open that across the room. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're talking about this one, though.
You know what? It's all right. What do you think of this one? Like, spicy with a little sweet. It's what you would get from, like, what I would expect to be almost like a bourbon with a really high rye on it.
Yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't drink it regularly.
I don't know. I think it's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Maybe be in the right mood for it.
I think I'm tending to enjoy the ones that are like really unique and flavorful.
Yep.
Or ones that have more complex flavors.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Yeah, this one definitely nice, but not very complex. Like I say, it's what you'd expect with a bourbon with a very high rye content in it.
Yeah, definitely the rye and a little sweet finish, but not much. Just a hint of sweetness. And
yeah, I think honestly that sweetness helps tamp down any of that spice that you might experience too much of from a full-on rye. So if that sounds good, try it.
The alcohol makes me, I'm not that great at handling alcohol, but it covers it up pretty well. But it doesn't make me go,
Yeah.
Because, you know, like monkey shoulder or something.
When we get done with all this, like through the 100 whiskeys, we're going to have to revisit some of those and see if they stand the test of time. Like, I think your tastes are going to develop over the course of this, because I think they already have been.
Yeah.
And I would be really curious to go back to some of those earlier whiskeys.
Pretty sure monkey shoulder is still going to be bad.
All right. We'll put it in a blind tasting and see how bad he likes it.
It's like bad mouthing it.
Yeah, monkey shoulder's terrible.
Yeah, no, when I tried it, it was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and then all of a sudden he'll be tasting it and be like, wow, this is good. What is this?
In a blind test, you'll throw it in there and be like, yep, that one right there. And you're like, that's monkey shoulder. And I'll just throw stuff and quit the show.
Yeah. It'll be our last episode. All right. Think people should try it?
Yeah, it's worth it. You know, I'm sure some people like this style.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's probably like, as far as the ryes I think I've tasted, I probably like this one. Like, it's right
up with them.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's really my style. So.
Yeah.
But it's in the category, I think it's pretty good.
Cool. All right. Well, if you like ryes and you like
almost
bourbons,
ryes.
Yeah, that's it. Give it a try. I definitely think it's worthwhile.
And it's from Wyoming, so it's awesome.
Yeah, that just makes it a couple of notches better than it should be anyway.
Or rare, probably. They don't make a whole lot of it, right?
They don't. They did have. I think they started remaking it because they only had an original run of it. I think because of what he had done, and then because it was popular, they started to redo it and remake it instead of doing an actual. To my knowledge, they don't make an actual rye. They make the Outrider, and then they make their bourbons.
I see them getting mad and be like, "We're not making this anymore because it's
Yeah."
And then they start selling it well, and they're like, "Well, okay."
Yeah, all right. Maybe you did us a favor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's definitely interesting and worthwhile to at least try.
Yeah.
If you're somewhere where you can find it, give it a try. Larry, you know where to find it, so.
Your house.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, everyone. Until next week when we have, I don't know, another whiskey. Imagine that, huh?
The big surprise.